Hello everybody, I'm James Everett of The Good, The Meh, and The Ugly. Here's my spoiler-free review of Despicable Me 4. This film follows Gru and his family when they welcome a new family member, Gru Jr., but their peaceful existence gets uprooted to escape an evil villain. Overall thoughts for this movie is that I think this franchise, it's run out of steam. I think it's lost the sauce. I don't think there's a lot left in this franchise. Because when you compare this movie to the very first movie, the first movie, it follows the supervillain as he adopts 3 daughters and becomes a better person by the end of the movie. That movie's great. I think there's a lot of great jokes in it. I think it's just a really fun concept, and I think it's a great movie. But if you compare the plot even to just this movie, you can tell the quality difference. Because this movie, even if you can call that plot a plot, is the thinnest, most vapid plot imaginable. And even if that plot is, you can consider it a story, it only takes up about 20 minutes of the entire movie. And the rest of those hour 15 minutes is just a series of disjointed subplots and a series of gags. And they do not serve any purpose other than just to be a series of gags. They do not provide character development, or growth, or new sides of stories, or interesting concepts. It is just there to be gags, and that's it. And I think that's a real sign of showing that this franchise really doesn't have a lot left in it. Now moving on to the good. What actually was good about the movie. And I think the last 5 minutes, it's cute, it's good. It's a nice way to wrap up the movie. You can kind of guess it's a dance scene. There's a little sing-along. There's a little musical number, and it's cute. I thought it was a good way to wrap up the movie. It's nothing special, nothing incredible, but I thought it was good. Considering the rest of the movie, fantastic. But just kind of in general, that's fine, it's good. Now moving on to the meh. What I thought was just okay, nothing fantastic, nothing atrocious, horrendous, I think the runtime is an interesting case, because it's only an hour 34 minutes, which is kind of like the standard time for these movies, but it feels like a slog to get through. And I think the reason that contributes to that is just that those hour 50 minutes that I mentioned is just gags, and they don't feel like they're going quickly. They are long gags, like they are take away a good chunk of the movie gags. But by the time you reach the end, you don't think it's really long, but like when you're in that hour 15 minute chunk, you're kind of just thinking, yeah, this is a long movie. Now moving on to The Ugly, what I thought was horrible, did not like. As I said kind of in the little quote in the little opening segment and mentioned throughout the rest of the review, there is no story basically. The story is, Gru escapes villain. That's it. When you compare that to any of the rest of the movies, there is more plot in them. And there is, even if it's not great plot, there is some character development, there is some growth. Nothing is really provided here. When you just have a movie be a series of gags, you can't really have anything of depth or of interest in that movie. And I think that's kind of really what made the movie not good. Another thing is the villain. I think when you look at all the other prior movies, this is easily the weakest villain, just because he's not really funny. He's not anything interesting, not just kind of a wacky concept. He's just there. He's in the movie for maybe 10 minutes. I mean, in the 10 minutes he's in, he's good, he's fine, but throughout, again, that entire hour 50-minute chunk, you're not thinking about him. He is not in your thoughts throughout that little chunk. And I think that's kind of a sign of just a mediocre character. The other thing is the Minions. I think progressively throughout this franchise, the Minions have gotten more annoying and more unbearable throughout these movies. Where, if you've seen the marketing for this movie, you can kind of tell they're the focus of this thing. They're where most of the gags come from. And they are, for me personally, insufferable. If you like the Minions, you're going to love this movie. But I think I didn't really like them for the past movies since, the third one, I'd say. So, not great here. They're really, really annoying in this movie, but overall, this is a stinker. I would not recommend it. I mean, if you love, like, Minions and just want to just see gags, you'll love it, but I don't like those things very much. So I'm going to give this one a 2 out of 10. Thank you for watching The Good, The Meh, and The Ugly. Bye-bye.